Hello guys, welcome back to Nginx tutorial. In this video, we'll be creating a static web page. That web page will be required as part of our project study. So if you remember, we discussed about a case study where we need to, make live a website. So we'll be creating a simple static web page in HTML. The web page will look like this, if you can see. So there'll be two backend servers. If you remember, we launched two backend servers in AWS, and we'll be creating two APIs each in both the servers. So backend server 1 will have endpoint 1 and endpoint 2, and the same backend server 2 will have endpoint 1 and endpoint 2. So whenever we click on endpoint 1, we'll get the response from backend server 1 API 1. And when we are clicking on endpoint 2, we'll be getting the response from the API 2 that's there on backend server 1. And the same for backend server 2 endpoints. Let's create this HTML website first. I'll be attaching the code required for this website with this video. So you can just copy the code and just simply run it. Let's go to the Nginx server and just create this website there. So we are in the Nginx console. Just take the public IP of Nginx, open MobaXterm. Let's create another session. Advanced setting, use private key. Just write the username, it's Ubuntu. So we are now in the console. Yeah. So let's create one HTML page here only, sudo nano. Let's give the name as static.html. Open it. I'm writing the HTML page. Starting from HTML, we'll define the heading section. Let's give the title of the web page to, let's see, like we can say test website. Let's close this title section. Let's create one heading. Let's align it in center. Out of box. Close the center tag. It's not required. Let's close the heading tag. Let's close this head tag. Let's create the body. We'll define the color here. It's background. It's B background color. Let's give the name as powder blue. This space is not required. Let's close this, and the body is closed now. So we have defined this background color. Now starting with a center tag, we'll write the message. It's welcome to the hands-on session on Nginx. Let's close the center tag. Oh, I forget a space here. Let's bold this message. It's done. So if you remember, let's have a look at the website so that we can remember like what we need to enter next. Okay, so welcome to hands-on on Nginx. Now we need to write this message, and with the two breaks at least. So we'll give break, again a break, Let's write the message. Let's take it as h4 links to check response from backend servers. Let's close this heading tag as well. Take a break again. Define this backend server 1 break, another break. So there were like endpoints, so we need to define these endpoint 1 and endpoint 2. This is actually a link. So for now on, let's leave this as, you know, IP and the port, and let's say like, you can say the URI. This will be, you know, entering later. So closing this tag, then it's called as endpoint 1. Let's close this anchor tag, break, another break. So this we have done for, you know, the endpoint 1. Let's do the same for endpoint 2. Well, I'm writing here as IP port, the URI, and it will be endpoint 2. Let's close this anchor tag. Okay, then break, then break. Let's give another break. So the backend server, you know, 1 is completed. Now complete this backend server 2 section. Let's copy paste this because it will be, you know, the same one. Okay, it's done. So both of these blocks are done. Let's close this body tag and then close this HTML tag. I guess everything is correct now. Yeah, let's save this file. So we have this static.html ready. Let's create one folder here so that the files that we're creating will be stored and that can be easily remembered. We'll create one directory. Let's say it's nginx files. We'll move this static.html in this nginx files directory. Let's go to this nginx files. So we have this static.html. So our static page is now completed. Let's move on to the next section to create the APIs. That's for the backend server 1 and the backend server 2. We'll be creating 2 APIs there for each server.